All right, here we go. The last game of the day here on the Crusaders Sports Network. There are actually two more games here in the elementary gym in the Lincoln Christian Invitational Tournament. This is the game between Elmwood-Murdock and Lincoln Christian. Both these teams still looking for their first win today. And starting in the other gym right now is the championship game. The Warriors are going to win the championship. I already know that. It's the Lincoln Lutheran Warriors and the Wahoo Warriors going at it. Bennington won third place. They beat Auburn for third. And after this, we have the fifth place game going on between David City Aquinas and Elkhorn North. So that should be a good game. So the Crusaders, again, have another game when we've got two teams both in black, and the Crusaders are on the near end of the court on your TV screen, and then Elmwood-Murdock on the far end. Murdock is led by 6'4" Brenna Schmidt, 292 kills on the season coming into today's game. And the Crusaders starting a little bit of a different lineup here to start this game. We've got Isabella McEwen, Sarah Van Ostrand, Taylin Hannes are all on the floor. And that'll be a two-hit call on Elmwood-Murdock, so the Crusaders strike first. Autumn Brester also playing, so you've got Power, Brester, Darst, McEwen, Van Ostrand, and Hannes. And Lincoln Christian hustles, but can't quite get that one back over. It hit off the rafter. And it's 1-1. So great opportunity for some of the younger girls to get some experience here. Power sets for Darst, off the block and down, and give Paisley Darst the kill. And I think for Sarah Van Ostrand, this is actually the first time she's had the chance to suit up in a varsity game. Darst serving. She had a great service run way back this morning against Nebraska City. McEwen in the middle off of Schmidt's block. Across to Ehlers. And ball comes back off the block and hits McEwen in the face, but it's a point for the Knights. And this is Abby Peterson now serving for Elmwood-Murdock. Power sets, and ball went over on that set. Now this time it'll be Ehlers. She tries to send it down the line, and it's in. Finds that back corner. And it's a 3-2 lead for LCS. And now Brester will go out, and Jenna Wiltfong comes in. And Isabella McEwen back to serve. Right to Beckmeyer, the libero. Now Schmidt swings up and over the block. And Van Ostrand off the tip, off the block. And a free ball comes back over from the Knights. And now Power tries the dump, and she has it right up and over Schmidt. Brenna Schmidt got a finger on it, but to no avail. The Crusaders score the point. They're up 4-2. McEwen serving again. And we got a net call on the Crusaders. Now Michaela Kassabaum comes in for Isabel McEwen. Brenna Schmidt is back to serve for the Knights. And here we go. Power sets for Ehlers, into the block and down, and Addie Ehlers has the kill. And now Sarah Cunningham in for Sarah Van Ostrand. So a swap of Sarahs for the Crusaders, and it'll be Sarah Cunningham to serve. And that's Darst with a good dig. Cunningham sets, and Ehlers backs up and gets another kill. And a great job by Addie to just be patient, kind of wait to see where that ball was going to come down. And then she has the kill. So for the Crusaders, first game of the day where they've played other than just the starting six. And Sarah Cunningham airmails that one off to the east, and it is 6-4. Serve from Zerat. And now Ehlers on the other side, and that one's a bit wide. And Wiltfong sends over a free ball to the Knights. And a joust at the net, and Jenna will win that one over Lainey Fromm. Jenna's got 6 inches or so on her. It's 7-5 Crusaders. And Taylin Hannes back in the game. She'll serve. Fromm sets. And the swing by number 14, Vogler. And now Darst, and she's outside the antenna. And back to serve now is number 12. That's Lexi Bacon. She's got 112 kills on the season for the Knights. And Wilt Fong can't quite get it back over. Now Cunningham sets for Darst here on the near side. On the left side, I should say, as you look at it. Now Peterson swings into the block. Wiltfong keeps it up, and Peterson will swing again. Again off the block. This time it's Darst who is there to get it. And Power goes into the block and gets it. But it is a point for the Knights, and Elmwood-Murdock is ahead for the first time. And then a service error by number 12, Lexi Bacon. So we are tied. Autumn Brester is in, and she will serve. Isabel McEwen in for McKaylee Cassabaum, and Wiltfong also out. And Beckmeyer sends over a free ball. Cunningham sets for Power. And just long. That serve is by Bailey Fromm. McEwen with a good swing, and she's got her first kill tonight. This afternoon, whatever time it is actually about 4:40 Central Time. We started at 10 this morning, so it's been a long day of volleyball. Again, the championship game going on in the other gym right now between Wahoo and Lincoln Lutheran. We'll try to check for some scores on that. Schmidt with it. Good dig by Hannes, but on the overpass, Schmidt then gets the kill. And let's see, back to serve. That is Lainey Fromm. She's just a freshman, one of the 2 setters. They alternate setters for Elmwood-Murdock. Power sets for Darst, up and over the block. And a miss hit by the Knights gives the point to the Crusaders. It's 10-10. Whoop. Scoreboard's been giving me trouble all day. It's a short ended or something, but have to keep correcting it. It's 10-10. That is the correct score. Brester up to Power and across for Ehlers. Off the tip and down, and Addie's got the kill, and it's 11-10. So we'll see what happens here. Interestingly enough, in all the games here in this gym today, the team that is the visitors on the scoreboard has won the match. So for LCS, they'll hope that trend does not continue. And that'll be an ace for Darst. And Schmidt into the block. Van Ostrand and McEwen there for the block. And that time Lincoln Christian can't return the volley, so it is 12-11. And a service error by the Knights. Brings it back over to LCS. McEwen will serve. Wiltfong is back in. And McEwen sails that one long. She'll go out. Kassabaum is back in. And Tatum Beckmeyer, Backmeyer, I should say, is the libero, and she's back to serve for the Knights. Ehlers off the set from Power. Backmeyer with the dig, and now the swing from number 12, Vogler, or no, Bacon, pardon me. And we've got a net call on the Knights, so Lincoln Christian with the point, 14-12. Sarah Cunningham comes in. She will serve. So the Crusaders right now have Cunningham, Kassabaum, Darst, Power, Wiltfong, and Ehlers on the floor. And an ace for Cunningham. Sends it cross court and finds the back line. Tries for that same spot. It's played by Elmwood-Murdock this time. Fromm with the hit. And now Darst will set it for Power. And another kill. And it's 16-12 Lincoln Christian. In the other gym, got a tight one going on there. It looks like Wahoo leads Lincoln Lutheran 18-16 in the first set. And another cross-court serve. A swing by Bacon. And now Ehlers with the tap. And Bacon, a good job to play that one inside the antenna. Here comes Power. And that'll be a hitting error, or a lift, they call it. So that stops the run, but the Crusaders still with a 3-point lead here in set one. Elmwood-Murdock playing their third straight match today. They are playing in their fourth match overall. Here's Power up and over the block. And that one, they say that's in. 16-14. So the Crusaders led by 4 just a bit, but the lead has been halved by the Knights. And now Hannes comes back on the floor, and she will serve. It's nice to have a libero on each side with all these black uniforms. At least we got a little color on the floor. Hannes in red and Backmeyer in blue for the Knights, and she takes the serve. Now the swing by Bacon up and over the block. Cunningham sets over to Darst, into the block. And on the overpass, and a kill for Bailey Fromm. She's got 106 kills and 31 blocks on the season for the Knights. Cunningham over to Darst. Off the block. And the overpass, Wiltfong got a good swing at it, but the Knights were under it. Now a free ball goes back over to Elmwood-Murdock. Rickley sets. And that'll be a kill for number 14, Jordan Vogler. Now back to a 1-point margin for the Crusaders. Bacon serves. And a good hustle by Cunningham to come back and get that ball over the top. And that'll be a kill for Bailey Fromm. And we're tied again, 3 in a row for the Knights. Bacon with the serve. Now Cunningham with the set that actually went over the net. From here it looked like she was setting. In any event, great dig by Backmeyer on the other side. Now Peterson up and over. And Power has the kill. Cross court and down. LCS back on top. And Brester and McEwen back in the game. Couple of sophomores on the floor now. And Autumn Brester, one of those sophomores, with a nice serve. And Peterson into the net with her swing. And 2 in a row for the Crusaders. And overpass there that McEwen tried to handle but was unable to do so. And it's 19-18. And Bailey Fromm, the junior, back to serve. Cunningham over to McEwen. Good job to go around the block. Now Schmidt. Cunningham is under that. And Brester to Darst, the free ball to the Knights. And Schmidt. That was a tough hit. She had to go way out of bounds to try to get it and then tried to keep it inside the antenna but couldn't get it up high enough. Schmidt leads the Knights, 292 kills and 62 blocks on the season. And there's a kill right there. And to go with that, 33 aces too. So good all-around player, 6'4" junior, Brenna Schmidt. And this is Lainey Fromm, who will go back to serve. Right to Hannes. And now Brester up and over the block. Brester up to Van Ostrand. She swings at it. And that'll be a point for the Crusaders. Hitting error by Ella Zurat. Lincoln Christian 4 away from taking set number 1. And a timeout called by the Knights. So again, for Lincoln Christian, just one volleyball game left. They go to Grand Island Central Catholic on Tuesday. The Crusaders and the Crusaders play each other, and GICC 22-2 on the season. They've got a stout team, and it'll be a challenge for Lincoln Christian, but their last chance to get to or to play before sub-districts start a week from Monday. So final from the other gym in the first set. Wahoo with a 7-3 run down the stretch, and they win it 25-19 over Lincoln Lutheran. And so they'll go to set number 2 in the championship. We're still in set 1 here in the consolation bracket. And Darst is serving. Good serve from Darst. Now Schmidt with it, and a great dig from Power. Now free ball comes across from and Schmidt with the kill. So that brings the Knights back within one. (21-20) late here in set one. Power across to Ehlers, and that one is just long, and so we are tied at 21. Crusaders have led most of the way. Elmwood-Murdock with a lead a couple of times along the way, but it's tied right now. That one is going to land on the heating duct, and they actually gave LCS time to get around and get in position when the ball came back down. Here's a free ball to work with, and Power tries the dump, and she has it. She's done that 6, 7, 8 times today and been successful on almost all of them. This is McEwen serving. Now Fromm is setting, and a bad set, but Bacon does a great job with that one. And a miss hit there by the Crusaders gives the point to the Knights, and the Knights have tied it again. So good news now that Schmidt is in the, she's serving, so that's good in that she's not in the front row for the Crusaders to have to contend with. On the overpass, but Darst is there. Set across the court to Ehlers, and the Power gets it down. Not Brielle Power, but Addie Ehlers' Power, and hits into the tape and down, and the Crusaders go back up by one. And Cunningham will serve. Lincoln Christian 2 away from taking set one. The set for Bacon, and a miss hit, and that'll bring us to set point for LCS. But first, Elmwood-Murdock will take their last timeout of set one. So again, we mentioned sub-districts start on Monday, October 26th. This year, a new wrinkle as far as the scheduling for sub-districts, or location venue, I guess I would say, is that the highest seeded team in each sub-district will host the sub-district. So for Lincoln Christian, I think that's fairly well wrapped up for Lincoln Lutheran, that they'll be the host. So the good news is we're not going to have to travel too far. The bad news is we're not going to be hosting here at LCS. We will likely be in the 4-5 game. There are 5 teams in the sub-district. We'll probably, as of right now, looks like we would play Milford in the first game. Then you'd have Malcolm and Raymond Central in the second game. And then Lincoln Lutheran would play the winner of LCS and Milford. So here we are at set point. And that is going to be a double hit. And that'll give it to Lincoln Christian. So they take it 25-22 here in set one. Back for set 2, Lincoln Christian with a 25-22 win in set 1. And looks like the Crusaders have the same starting lineup on the floor right now. You've got Van Ostrand, McEwen, Darst, Power, Brester, and Hannes on the floor right now. And for the Knights, they will start with Lainey Fromm serving. Here we go, set number 2 in the consolation bracket between Elmwood-Murdock and Lincoln Christian. And good decision by Hannes to let that one go. A little bit of a curveball on that serve, and it did tail out of bounds. So now Darst starting for the Crusaders, which again is a little bit different. Usually Power the first one to serve. And just a little bit of a push by Schmidt gives her the kill and the tie. Whoop, I gave the first wrong point to the Knights. It's 1-1. Peterson, and she's got that tape grazer ace right over the top. And that one can't quite get over, so it's a 3-1 lead for Elmwood-Murdock. I think 2-point lead was about the most they had at any point in set number 1. Crusaders were only up by maybe 3, too. They won by 3. And Power hustles and stays with the ball. Gives the Crusaders another chance to joust at the net. And then McEwen hits into Schmidt, again into Schmidt. And this time, Ehlers does well to go up and over Schmidt. Ehlers again up and over. Good job by Ehlers. Backmeyer has it though in the set from Fromm over to Bacon. And Ehlers, about 3 hits on this particular play. She has managed to give it up and over Schmidt. Power tried the dump. And finally, Ehlers ends it. She's got a tired arm after that 1 point. And it brings the Crusaders back within 1. So McEwen will serve, and Haley Dahlman is in the game now for the Crusaders. Brester goes to the bench. And McEwen didn't quite get it over the top, so the service error gives the point to the Knights. And Tatum Backmeyer back to serve. And we're going to have a back row attack called as Power tried to bring it back onto this side of the net. Now Power sets for Van Ostrand. Free ball comes over from Fromm. Power sets for Dahlman into the block. And Ehlers has got another kill. Addie's playing a great match here. Late in the day, picking up energy, and it's 5-3. Cunningham is in. She'll serve. And Sarah Van Ostrand to the bench. Good serve from Sarah. Backmeyer plays it. Now Fromm sets. Bacon swings. And Darst gets a hand on it, but that's all Lincoln Christian can do, and they now trail 6-3. So again, we got another match that's still upcoming here in the consolation bracket in this gym after this one. It'll be Elkhorn North and David City Aquinas. And Addie Ehlers with another kill. So Crusaders have 4 points in this set. At least 3 of them are on Ehlers' kills. Addie had 136 kills to lead LCS coming into today's tournament action. Taylin Hannes, a freshman, she serves. And Bacon into the block. Dahlman and Darst with the block. Crusaders back within 1. And that is Bailey Fromm in the middle, who has the kill. Peterson is in, and it'll be Lexi Bacon back to serve. And a little bit of a mishit by Hannes on the serve receive, so that gives Bacon the ace and back to a 3-point lead for the Knights. Cunningham sets, Darst up over the block. And Fromm mishits into the net. Brester and McEwen back in. Dahlman and Kassabaum out. And Autumn Brester will serve. And a good serve by Autumn. And it'll be a free ball back to Lincoln Christian. Cunningham will set. Power up and over the block. Backmeyer tracks it down. Fromm with the hit. And McEwen can't play it, so it is point for the Knights, and they're back up by 3. That's Bailey Fromm with the serve. Now Cunningham for power. And a push by Schmidt. She's back in the front row. Darst's swing is off the block. And Schmidt has the kill. Biggest lead for the Knights, 10-6. Looks like in the other gym, Wahoo leads 12-8 in set 2. They won set 1 in the championship match. Trying to stay undefeated. The Warriors of Wahoo are 24-0 on the season. McEwen mishits into the net. So now it's 11-6, and that'll be a timeout for Coach Lisa Bartels. And again, Lincoln Lutheran and Wahoo playing in the other gym, and they come in. Wahoo ranked number 1 in the Journal Star Class C1 Top 10, and Lincoln Lutheran number 5. Lincoln Lutheran 23-4 coming into today, and they've won a couple of games. Wahoo's won a couple of games. So Lutheran now 25-4, and Wahoo 26-0. The rest of the top 10, St. Paul, they're still undefeated. They're 24-0, or they were as of Monday. These records are all as of the beginning of the week. Kearney Catholic is 3rd, 26-3. Grand Island Central Catholic, 22-2. Then Lutheran, Syracuse, they're 19-1. Columbus Lakeview, 17-4. Broken Bow, 19-3. Oakland Craig, 18-3. And Sydney, 21-5. So some talented Class C1 volleyball teams for sure. The state tournament, sub-districts, district finals in the state will be fun to watch this year. Out of the timeout, Fromm is serving. And now Power is swinging for LCS, and Brielle Power has a kill. For Brielle, she has 82 kills on the season. She started the season exclusively setting. Crusaders were running a 5-1, and then at some point they switched to a 6-2, so she has more attack opportunities. Great dig by Darst, and a good hit by Van Ostrand up and over the block. Over to Darst into the block, but Lincoln Christian is under it. And a free ball comes back over. Rickley sets for Schmidt. Crusaders return it. And again, Brester is under it. Long volley here and a big point, especially for LCS. They're down by 4. And Peterson to Brester, to Power, to McEwen. Trying to go up and over the block, but unfortunately hit it too long. And this will be Laney Fromm, who is back in to serve for Elmwood-Murdock. Fromm is just a freshman. Van Ostrand hits into the block. Now it's going to be a free ball, though, for the Crusaders. And Brester up and over. Now a swing from Peterson. Off the touch and down. And it's another point for the Knights, and they go up their biggest lead of the match at 13-7. Crusaders won the first one, 25-22. Now Power's going to set for Van Ostrand over on the left side. And Hannes can't track it down, and now the Knights have doubled the lead. Power tries the dump and is successful again. Darst serving. Now Fromm sets. Free ball back to Lincoln Christian. Van Ostrand up and over. Schmidt with a roll shot. And Power sets over to Ehlers. Oh, and that one would have been out, but Darst dove for it, and then you've got I think a double hit call on that one. That's unfortunate. It looked like, at least from here, it looked like it would have been wide. Peterson serves. Power sets. McEwen, and Isabel McEwen with the kill. So time for the Crusaders to go on a run here. 15-9 with McEwen serving. So you've got McEwen, Darst, Power, Dahlman, Ehlers, and Van Ostrand on the floor. Fromm sets for Bacon, and that'll be a kill for Lexi Bacon. And Schmidt now serving, so again, she'll won't be in the front row, but she's got an ace. Again, I mentioned she's got 33 aces on the season, and that leads the Knights. So it's 19-15, Wahoo over Lincoln Lutheran, set 2 in the championship game in the other gym right now. And a missed time there by Dahlman. She can't get to the set from Power. And again, the Knights have doubled up the Crusaders, 18-9. And Dahlman swings up and over, and that one just avoids the duct at the top, and that'll be wide. And the point to LCS. There's Cunningham serving. Good serve. hit out of the back by number 15. That's Justin. And the kill from Cunningham. Madison Justison, number 15. Just had to double check my scorecard. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Now Darst will set for power. Into the block. And looked like a 4 hits, but no call on it, so we'll see who gets the point. Bacon will get it for Elmwood-Murdock. So back up to an 8-point lead for the Knights. Elmwood-Murdock just in Class D1, and they've played a couple of Class B schools here today. They had to play Elkhorn North and also Nebraska City. Good swing there from Darst, and it is 19-12. Hannes back in, she'll serve. And she serves it long. And Lexi Bacon goes back to serve. And now Power pushes, and oh! They say that's wide. Looked like it was on the line, but no, they say a touch. So Lincoln Christian gets the point, 20-13, and it's over in the other gym. Championship game goes to Wahoo. They beat Lincoln Lutheran in straight sets, 25-19, 25-20. So they go to 25-0 on the season. Here's the set for Bailey Fromm, into the block by McEwen. And Hannes with a good dig. Now Cunningham sets, Power swings, and has a kill. Crusaders still down by 6, though. And a great dig there by Cunningham. Power up and over. And miscommunication by the Knights. Fromm and number 14, Vogler, didn't communicate, and nobody got it. So a timeout by Elmwood-Murdock. They still have a 5-point lead, though, here in set 2. Lincoln Christian took set 1, 2015. So next week we'll have Crusader football on the air. Lincoln Christian hosting Nebraska City. Final game of the regular season for both teams. And Nebraska City, let's check their record. I believe they come in at 2-6. Yeah, they won 2 of their first 3 games. They beat Schuyler and they beat Omaha Concordia, but they have lost now 5 in a row to Platteview, Milford, Fairbury, Auburn, and last night to Falls City. So they fall to 2-6. The Crusaders 7-1, headed to the playoffs, and with a win, you never know what's going to happen, but with a win next Friday night, it looks like Lincoln Christian would have a chance to host the first-round playoff game. And Brester airmails that one wide of the mark, 21-15. Based on last night's calculations, which of course will likely change given everybody will be playing a game next Friday night. Darst off Schmidt's block, but Schmidt is able to regroup and gather in, take the ball. Now, good hit right down the line by Power, but Elmwood-Murdock is under it. And again, up and over the block for Power, so smart hitting by Brielle, knowing that she's not going to be able to hit right into the block, but the kill still happens for Brenna Schmidt on that play. And Elmwood-Murdock with a 7-point lead. And Fromm hits. Cunningham sets. And Power, a little bit wide the set was, and Power, not much she could do with it there. So what else is new? We may go to 3 sets. We've had most of the games here in this gym today have gone 3 sets, which is why we're so far behind schedule. And that'll bring us to set point for the Knights. And the Crusaders live to fight another day. That is a service error that gives it back to Lincoln Christian, and Brielle Power will serve. Now Schmidt with the swing, but she hits into the tape, and that'll be a 4-hit violation on the Knights. And Brielle will try to keep it going here. And that one hits Schmidt right on the head, and you know what? If it wouldn't have hit her, it might have been out of bounds. So Lincoln Christian dodges a bullet there. It's 24-18. And Elmwood-Murdock will take their second timeout. So I mentioned the football playoffs. Again, the way things stack up as of right now, LCS would be the 7 seed and would be playing Gothenburg here in LCS 2 weeks from last night. But, of course, things could change right now. The top seed would be Ashland Greenwood, followed by Pierce, St. Paul Kearney Catholic, Wayne, Auburn the 6th seed, then LCS, Mitchell the 8th seed, then West Point Beamer, Shadron, Cozad, Battle Creek, Logan View, Scribner, Snyder, Wahoo the I'm sorry, I was reading those in reverse order, the other ones. Adams Central would be 9, Gothenburg, Wahoo, Logan View, Scribner, Snyder, Battle Creek would be 13, then Cozad, Shadron, and West Point Beamer. Here's Power's serve. Free ball comes back across from Schmidt. Now Power sets for Darst, up and over the block. And Schmidt has the kill to end the set, so it'll be a tiebreaker set coming up here in 3 minutes. Come on back and join us to see who takes this one. Set 3 is underway, and Brielle Power serves to lead things off. And Brester can't get there. So that gives the Knights the early lead. Crusaders took the first set 25-22, and the Knights came back and won set 2 25-18. Good hustle by Brester, but not able to get under the ball, and it's a 2-0 lead for Elmwood-Murdock. So Crusaders, again, the same lineup they've used in both of the other sets here in this match. It's Lainey Fromm serving for the Knights. Power sets and a good swing by Darst, but the Knights are under it. And that one just goes wide, and a good job by Autumn Brester to hold up and let it drop, and she does. Darst will serve, and Ehlers is in for Hannes. And that one, great job by the Crusaders. They're under it. They watch it go up and over the heating duct. Schmidt tried to push that to the back. Now, good hit by Van Ostrand up and over Schmidt. Peterson with the swing for the Knights. And now Ehlers with the swing for LCS. Good volley here. It's 2-1 early in set 3. And Power tries that dump, but the Knights still have some energy even in their 4th match of the day. And Ehlers wills that one over to square the affair at 2 apiece. And on the overpass, a little tip from Addie Ehlers, and she's got 2 kills in a row. Addie's played a good match here this last match between the Crusaders and the Knights. That one grazes the top of the net. And that one's outside the antenna for a LCS point. So that is now 4 in a row for LCS after the Knights scored the first 2. Oh, man, and McEwen hits right into the block, and no way you're going to make hay doing that. But she'll learn with more experience. Good opportunity for some of these younger players to get some experience here in this match. And now Van Ostrand will hit. And Bacon hits into the block. Now Schmidt. Oh, and that one hit the vent, but the Lincoln Christian Crusaders stick with it and get the point. Madison Justison is back in for Elmwood-Murdock, and Jenna Wiltfong is in for LCS. So the Crusaders have Wiltfong, Ehlers, and Van Ostrand along the front. Power, Darst, and McEwen along the back. And a good serve from Isabel McEwen. And Van Ostrand hits into the block. And Brenna Schmidt back to serve now. Ehlers, and again, trying to avoid the block, but hits it too long, and that ties the game again, 5 apiece. Schmidt into the net. And for the Crusaders, Cunningham will come in for Van Ostrand, and Sarah will go back to serve. Big week of sports for LCS. Both the boys and girls cross-country teams won their district meet on Thursday afternoon, and they'll both be going as a team to the state meet next Friday in Kearney. We're tied again, 6 apiece. The both LCS teams at that cross-country district meet, all 5 runners for the girls and the boys finished in the top 15. And Sadie Daniel, I believe, if I remember right, she won the girls district medal. And then also we had girls golf back at the beginning of the week. The LCS girls golf team under Coach Lisa Van Ostrand, they finished with the silver medals in the state meet that happened up in Columbus. They finished second to Broken Bow. And Olivia Lovegrove, a freshman for LCS, was the top LCS scorer, finishing 4th in the individual standings. LCS 2 in a row to take a 2-point lead. Hannes serves again and sends it long. I was hoping that would tail off, but it didn't do it. Good job by Elmwood-Murdock to let the ball sail on by. And Lexi Bacon now serving. Cunningham sets for Wiltfong. Great swing from the right side by Jenna Wiltfong. And Jenna will go out for Autumn Brester, and also McEwen back in and Kassabaum to the bench. Here's Autumn Brester's serve. Rickley sets, but too tight for Bailey Fromm to be able to play it. And Lincoln Christian now with their biggest lead here in set 3. Good swing by Peterson, and she will have a kill. Abby Peterson brings Elmwood-Murdock back to within 2. We are at 5:32 p.m. Central Time. We've been playing volleyball for 7.5 hours today. Of course, Crusaders haven't been playing nonstop for that time, but long day of volleyball here at the LCS Invitational. Cunningham to Darst. Good hustle by Power, and Cunningham sends over a free ball that'll turn into a kill for Sarah Cunningham. And Power's the one who made that play. She went over almost all the way to the scorer's table to be able to track that one. And grazes the top of the net and has the ace. A 12-8 lead for Lincoln Christian. And Elmwood-Murdock coach Nicole Justison takes the timeout. Crusaders are up. So we'll take a look at the football top 10. This was the top 10 from earlier this week. In Class C1, Pierce at number 1. They throttled Battle Creek last night. St. Paul and Adams Central. And St. Paul handed Adams Central their second loss in a row, and I believe that one was an overtime affair. Ashland Greenwood was third. They handled Louisville, I should say, and they moved to the top of the wild card point totals. Kearney Catholic, an easy win over Holdridge. They were fourth. Adams Central again lost to St. Paul. They were fifth. Auburn sixth. Their game with Fairbury was canceled due to COVID. I'm not sure which school had the issue with that. Wahoo thumped Raymond Central. Raymond Central having a good year, but they're 5-3 now after a 41-0 loss to Wahoo. Cozad lost to Broken Bow last night in an upset. And, of course, Lincoln Christian with a win over Milford, 41-14. Van Ostrand right down the line. And a free ball now back over to LCS. Power tries the dump. A couple of girls hit the deck for Elmwood-Murdock, but they have time to get up and regroup now. Off the block. And Darst. And they say that was a block. Elmwood-Murdock doesn't like the call, I don't think, and that is going to be a point for LCS. So good hustle on both sides and give the Crusaders the point. And now Schmidt off the block, but Brester is there to clean it up. And Darst, and that's going to be a 4-hit call. The Knights trail by 4, and Lainey Fromm is in to serve. Now Power sets Van Ostrand, the other Sarah. Nice swing. Peterson off the touch. Now Power to Brester, and that'll be a point for the Knights. I think that was McEwen that ended up kicking that one under the net. 2 in a row for the Knights, and they are back within 3. Van Ostrand, a great job down that line. Went to the left of Schmidt's tall hands and stops the run, so the Crusaders back up by 4 with Darst to serve. And Schmidt, nice hit from Brenna Schmidt. She's got the kill, and it's 14-11. And this is Madison Justison serving. Right to Ehlers. Now Power's going to set for Ehlers. Up and over and out. Trying to avoid the block, but it ends up going long. 14-12. Both these teams trying to get their first win here today in the tournament. And that point goes to LCS miraculously. That was Brielle Power who gets a fist on it. So Wiltfong is back in. And now the officials are going to confer about something. Probably conferring about what are we going to do for dinner tonight. Well, they're going to say a back row attack and they reverse the point. That's a big point because that now makes it a 1-point contest. It is 14-13. And the officials still at the scorer's table to make sure the scorebook is correct. And I think just trying to make sure both teams are in the right rotation. The Crusaders have already rotated around and were ready to serve, but you got to go back to where you were. Now Power is going to set for Brester out of the back, and that one into the net. And that squares the affair again. Whoop. My scoreboard jumped on me. It is 14 apiece. Power sets. And a great job by Ehlers through the block. And Elmwood-Murdock with the lead. So Crusaders were up, I want to say 13-9, maybe even 13-8. So since then, it's been a big run for the Warriors, or excuse me, for the Knights. Power will set. And McEwen airmails that one, and it's 16-14. And Power sets. Now Ehlers punches. And the kill for Tatum Backmeyer, the libero, and that'll bring a timeout by the Crusaders. They had what seemed like a decent lead at 17-14 earlier, and now it is, at 13-9, and now they're down by 3, 17-14. So we said it was a busy week sports-wise for LCS. We also had the boys tennis state tournament. LCS as a team finished in 6th place in Class B, and Daniel Bernhardsen got the bronze medal in the number 2 singles, finished in 3rd place. Now Power with the dump. She's got another one. And stops the run for the Knights. Isabel McEwen will go back to serve, and Wiltfong is in. So that we had that change of a call by the official a few points ago. Crusaders would have had a 3-point lead, and now all of a sudden after a few more points they find themselves down. And the hitting error gives the point to the Crusaders, but now they're back within 1. And a good serve from McEwen, and she has an ace to tie the game again, 17 apiece. We're in set 3. Lincoln Christian won the first set, 25-22. Elmwood-Murdock the second, 25-18. And Backmeyer ducks and watches that one sail over her head out of bounds. McEwen out, Kassabaum in. So the Crusaders have Wiltfong, Power, and Van Ostrand along the front. Ehlers, Darst, and Kassabaum along the back. Ehlers with a roll shot. And Bacon finally has a kill. She has been pretty quiet for a while, but she gets that one, and that is a big point because it's a 2-point lead for Elmwood-Murdock, and they're 6 away from taking the match. So Elmwood-Murdock came in today 14-13, but they've dropped 3 matches prior to this, so they're 14-16 on the season. And Bacon goes up over the block. Now Power's going to set for Van Ostrand right down the line. Now Ehlers. And they say that's a touch, a block. So Crusaders fight on. Power will set, and Darst sends over a ball from the back row. So it's 18-19. We lost our sound for a bit there. So here's Cunningham. Fromm with the hit for the Knights. Now Ehlers for the Crusaders. And Ehlers has got a kill and a tie for Lincoln Christian, 19 apiece. And Elmwood-Murdock takes the timeout. Lincoln Christian and Elmwood-Murdock 19 apiece. Now again, there's still another game in the consolation bracket to go after this one. We won't stay and have it on the Crusader Sports Network, but it'll be Elkhorn North and David City Aquinas doing battle. The other gym is over. Wahoo beat Lincoln Lutheran in the championship game, 2-0. So for the Warriors, they moved to 25-0 on the season, I believe. I'm going to double check that and see. They were, no, they are 27-0. So we're in set 3 here in this game between the Crusaders and the Knights, tied up. Cunningham serving. And that'll be a point for the Crusaders. They go back on top. They have battled all the way back. They led by 5 early, then they trailed by 3, and now they're back by 5. But Schmidt is back on the floor for the Knights, although she's in the back row. So Cunningham now serving. Great serve, but it's played back there. Now the set by Fromm, and a hit from the back row by Schmidt. And Power off the set from Ehlers. Give the assist to Addie Ehlers. And Lincoln Christian is up by 2. So this has been a 4-0 run for the Crusaders. Here's Cunningham's serve. Great serve. Bacon plays it. Now Justison back to Bacon, and she has to send over a free ball. See if Lincoln Christian can work with it, and Wiltfong goes cross court and down. And the Crusaders lead by 3. So a late rally for Lincoln Christian, and it puts them up by 3. And a couple of subs now coming in for Elmwood-Murdock. Coach Justison trying to mix things up a bit. See if she can stop the runs. Cunningham has been doing great from behind the service line. And there's Sarah's serve. Fromm sets to Fromm, and the block, and back down, and the Crusaders just 2 away from taking the match and finishing the day with a win. Here goes Cunningham with the serve. Sends that one cross court. Bacon is under it. And that one's outside the antenna, and that brings us to match point. So what a response by Lincoln Christian. They have scored the last 7 in a row and are 1 point away from winning the match. Another good serve from Cunningham. Rickley tries the dump, and Power finishes it with a kill. So Brielle Power brings home the bacon for the Crusaders. No pun intended. Lexi Bacon on the other side for Lincoln Lutheran. But for Brielle Power, that kill ends it, and the Crusaders take the match 2-1. And they win it 25-22, 18-25, and 25-19. So the Crusaders end the day with a win, and Elmwood-Murdock is going to go home with an Oford today, but they battled hard. They've got a good team, and we're up against some pretty good competition in today's match. So it's been a fun day of volleyball here on the Crusader Sports Network. We've brought you a lot of games today, and I hope you've enjoyed the chance to watch some good volleyball. And again, I'm sorry we didn't have a chance to stream the championship game in the tournament. Lincoln Lutheran and Wahoo. The Warriors from Wahoo take the title. They go home still undefeated on the season. For the Crusaders, a nice win, though, and hopefully they can use that to build a little momentum as they finish the season. Next game here on the Crusader Sports Network is the next Friday night, the football game between the Lincoln Christian Crusaders and the Nebraska City Pioneers. Crusaders at 7-1 on the season, trying to wrap up a hugely successful regular season and go 8-1 and tune up for the playoffs the following week. So join us for that. Airtime will be about 6:45 Central Time. That's next Friday night here on the Crusader Sports Network. I'm Keith Miles. Glad you could join us for some great volleyball today. Again, Lincoln Christian finishes the day with a 3-set win over the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. And have a great evening and a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you soon.